Hello, I'm finally making a video after a long time. I apologize for the wait. I've been busy with school, but now that I graduated, at the end of second try, I can come and start making more videos. So I'm hoping to do this summer, make the YouTube channel a bit bigger, because I've been falling behind on that. But right now, we're going to turn this jig, and we're going to add feathers, so when you add stuff like cotton, we're basically going to make Z's. Make them like these ones, where they're still usable as a jig. There's still a jig where you can add stuff, but the feathers will add a bit more, well, texture, I guess. Still ramshackle setup, I know, but it's all I got. So I'll do what best I can. This is what I'm using for the dread. You know, usually only needs to go on the outside. I'll get out the feathers I'm going to use. For this one, we're going to use what I did for the other one. This and this. Here's what I'm using. This is not sponsored by anyone. This is just the materials I got. We're using this and this. This is what we're using. You find a good feather first. Here's a good one. I think. No, a bit too not flexible enough. I'm picky because I want these to work good. There's one. There's one. There are no sponsors in my videos. These are all funded by me. Basically, this is a hobby. I am hoping to hopefully maybe be able to cover the cost of, well, making the flies so I can make more for you guys and gals in the future, but for now I just gotta work with what I got, which is not much, especially when but I graduated this year. Yay for me. Graduate early, otherwise I'd still be in school. So this time in this summer I'm hoping to make more videos for you guys. Now that I got these in, I got two feathers I'm going to use. These away. Yes, just a shoebox. That's literally all I got. But sorry if I'm chatting too much. If I'm chatting too much, just mute me. I don't mind. It's totally understandable because I don't know if I consider myself annoying sometimes. I guess I don't know, but we're not gonna go too far because we want this to still be usable. So you can put a worm on here, a real worm. This is just to kind of help with coloring. These are unused. That's why there's no holes in the eye of the hooks in the hook eyes yet. That's what I want, unused. It means these are going to be first time trying. I'm like, this piece I'll keep for later because it's still good. Now, what we do is take a little bit off the bottom here, so that we got a nice little nub. If I can get it visible, I'll put it over my hand. Here we got a little nub. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah. Then we tie that down. First, I'm going to cut off this. I added some custom tools like tweezers, and I had nail clippers in here at one point. Don't know where they're at. Had a pair of nail clippers in here. They work well. I don't have another set of nail clippers, so I had to put them back with my fishing gear for cutting fishing line. Awesome for this too. Now we're kind of going to wrap forward, but kind of keeping the same spot. So that, well, because we still won't have enough room to fit the green. Probably should have done. This will just be an opposite of the other one. The other one was kind of failed because it went too far back to the thing, so it made it kind of hard to. So that's why this one's made a bit different. I whip finish a lot, I think, compared to other people. I do a lot more turns, but I also do it a lot more often in between steps. So after this, I might do a quick whip finish, so that even if one part breaks, it should still hold together. Because redundancy is awesome when it comes to flies. It means it will hopefully last longer. And, well, since it's all sparkly, it should help with, even if all the feathers go bye-bye, it should still be usable. All the feathers break off, should still be usable due to the redundancy of the color, sparkliness. Right there. Now I wrapped that around that a couple times. Now I can pull this off. Sometimes I just pull it straight off, and then I push these down a bit, then I'll tie them down. But I need to be careful not to push them back too far, otherwise they'll cover up the eye. So I'm just going to do a couple, like 1 or 2 wraps. 1, 2, 3. I want to keep it relatively close to the front, as close as I can, and still have enough room. 2, 3. There we go. I'm not going to do a whip finish here, but look, now we got a decent amount of room before the eye, before the hook here. I'll show you quick. Put it right. You can probably see it. Don't know if you can, but I hope you can. Should be a little eye, a little bump there. Let me just position it correctly. My finger's in the way, okay. A little bump. We want that. Move it closer. Little bump. We want that usable still, so that we can hook on the worm and it won't come off when a fish bites. Well, it won't come off in the current. So now we're going to do the green. Same prep. You cut it off right where the stalk's up, bending nicely. Basically, if you start to crinkle, like bend at 90 degrees instead of a smooth, like circular bend, that's when you want to cut off. I usually cut off a little bit extra down because we're going to be tying down a little bit, so we have to remove some of the feathers to make it easier to tie down. So I want to make sure I have enough to go around, and make sure to pull your feathers kind of straight out. I'll show you what I mean when I do this one. Before you hackle them around, down, like this, you pull them kind of down to kind of fluff up the feathers, make them stick out. Then you take your hackle pliers. This is just a kit I got for Christmas. At least the tools I got for Christmas. I always just wrap it the same way I wrap the string most times. This one I can only do like 1 wrap, sadly, so I'll just do 1 wrap. Pull this out a bit, and then I want to try to keep the rest of this behind this, so that it stays nice and neat. And then I can trim off extra as needed once I get this wrapped down and tied off. Now I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to pull this back and tie it down. Kind of do this. And now check the thing, make sure there's enough room. There is a decent gap. Should be enough to hold stuff down. So now I'm just going to kind of tie this down, get all the loose feathers out of the way. Now it's time for the whip finish. Yes, my toolkit's kind of a mess, but it's like that sometimes. Just kind of clean it up quick. And then this will be my first fly tying video. Even though I have over 250 unique flies, and this will be a duplicate, but it's a different size jig head, so it's technically not a duplicate. It's not even technically a fly either, it's something else. This is not made to be a fly, this is made for something else. It's made to basically improve the effectiveness of the jig head by giving it more color variation. I'm kind of trying to match the pattern of the head. I might make a couple more of these videos today, but they'll be separate parts. I'll just try to post them all at once, so that editing can go all at once. I lost count. I'll just do a couple more wraps. I usually do around 10 wraps. That's personally, but 3 or 4 usually works. Can't wait to test them out this year, because I haven't got to really test out my flies, but these are all custom patterns I came up with. I'm pretty sure no one else made these patterns. I don't know for sure, because I don't look online for other patterns. I just take inspiration, like, hey, this is a new technique I can use to, like, you know, like this. I found out these feathers work better, or more fluffy if you get the long thin ones instead of just the pure fluff ones. You can actually make them like, you do use them like this instead of the roosters, instead of the red rooster I don't know how to pronounce it. The red rooster hackle. Let me look, check it quick. Red rooster saddle. Instead, I can use it like the red rooster saddle, but it gives more fluff. Basically, it's bulkier, so I don't need to use as much. And it allows for nice long skirts. That's what I'm going to call it. Because I'm basically adding a skirt to this. I even made some poppers, which are pretty cool. I made some poppers. Oh, don't mind that tobacco container, just full of hooks. Just for hooks. Just hooks. No tobacco, I'm too young to do tobacco, and I don't plan on ever doing it. Many people in my family smoke. Wasn't fun watching them smoke. But that's besides the point. Now we got a finished fly. Well, finished. So now we can cut it short, or we could leave it. Personally, I'm just going to cut it like about right here. I'm going to hold it about right here, and then just slowly cut it. I'm almost out of black thread, that's why I'm not using it. Because I used up most of it, and I'm saving it so I can figure out what it is and document it so I can get more, because I sample every single thread I got. Now this can still be used, but I don't have anything to use it with at the moment. And this now allows, and I could just do random chops to kind of make it, you know, a bit more random, but this will work if I'm just adding a worm. A nice, like, half a night crawler would do. Just push it up to here, and then then the rest that sticks out would do good. This is kind of for like half a knife crawler, like for the river in town, because that's where I was fishing in my 2025 fishing video. And right now the river's too high to fish in. It's not safe. But alright, this is the end of this video. Like and subscribe if you want. This is Doodle Story signing off.